He finds a door and reaches for it. He then wakes up and decides to go to work. On his way, he calculates how much money he got from cutting trees. Selling his kidney, right eye, and one of his nuts, however, he still owns a lot more of money. Pikachu suddenly barks and Denji realizes that there is a devil nearby, which excites him as he earns a good sum for hunting a devil. He sees a tomato devil and uses his Pokemon as a chainsaw. He manages to kill it. The old man that hired him explains that he will pay him 400,000 yen, more than Denji expected, but after taking various fees and interest, he gives Denji only 70,000 yen. After paying his bill and other stuff he owns, Denji ends up with only 1,800 yen. The old man's driver wonders why he would hire someone like Denji. The old man explains that Denji is paying them back what his father owned them. The real devil hunters won't give them the devil carcass, and Denji is also doing what he is told. The driver offers 100 yen to Denji if he eats his cigarette, and Denji gladly accepts. After they leave, Denji spits out the cigarette. While eating bread at his place, Denji tells Pikachu that he heard people put jam on it, but that's just a dream for them. Denji guesses he will die before he repays the debt and probably won't even get a girlfriend. In a flashback, Denji recalls standing in front of his father's grave, and that old man complains that his father killed himself before paying his debt and tells Denji to gather 700,000 yen by tomorrow or he will chop him to pieces. As the old man leaves, Denji sees a devil with a chainsaw, and as he feels dead already, he is fine being killed by it. However, he then sees the devil bleeding and offers him to bite him and drink his blood. As Pikachu bites him, Denji states that Pikachu needs to pay him back and help him as well. The next day, Denji kills a devil and gives it to the old man, asking him to hire him as a devil hunter. Being too hungry, Denji is unable to sleep. He tells Pikachu that he wants bread with jam, flirt with a girl, play games with her, and then fall asleep while hugging each other. Denji then coughs blood and tells Pikachu that he heard his mother had a heart disease that made her cough blood. The old man then comes and picks Denji, as he found some devil hunting work for him. The man takes him to an abandoned factory. They enters, but Denji is unable to see any devils. The old man then tells Denji that he is grateful to him as he is loyal, as a dog and works for cheap. However, he can't stand the dog stench. At that moment, a man with a sword stabs Denji and Pikachu from behind. The man explains even Yakuza's dream of getting bigger and make more money, so they had to make a deal with the devil. They wanted more and more power. A big zombie devil then reveals itself and states that the Yakuzas are dumb as fick. They became his slaves without analyzing that. His power turns them into zombies and they dies. The zombie devil doesn't like devil hunters as they kill other devils and orders his new zombie army to kill Denji. Heavily bleeding, Denji attempts to run, but the zombies catch up to him and start stabbing and chopping him to pieces. Cut to pieces, Denji is thrown into a dumper with Pikachu. Some of his blood reaches Pikachu's mouth and Pikachu awakens. Pikachu recalls spending time with Denji, cutting trees. Denji tells him that he may die while fighting a devil and his regret would be that he will leave Pikachu alone and starving, or that other devil hunters may kill him. Denji heard that some devils can take over dead bodies, and if that's something he can do, he tells Pikachu to have his body. He then can live a normal life and die a normal death. In the dumpster, Pikachu fuses with Denji, combining his chopped pieces and heals him. Denji awakens and wonders if Pikachu took over his dead body. Pikachu states he loved hearing Denji talk about his dreams. Pochita decides to give him his heart, and in exchange, he wants Denji to show him his dreams. Denji awakens healed in the dumpster and sees Pochita's tail coming out of his chest. The zombie devil is surprised to see Denji alive and tells the zombies to eat him. Denji wonders if he is the same, as the Yakuza wasn't satisfied with everything they had. Why does everyone want more? In the end, he can't blame them as he feels the same. Denji then pulls the cord from his chest as 100 zombies attack him. A few moments later, he bursts out from the zombie pile fully transformed into, having arms and head as chainsaws. After chopping some zombies, Denji then jumps on the big zombie devil and starts cutting him. The big zombie devil manages to push him back and starts throwing zombies at him to keep him away. Continuing to cut zombies, Denji jumps on the big zombie devil and cuts him in half. Seeing the remaining zombies, Denji notes they became devils and they hired him to kill devils. He proceeds to cut them all, stating that once he does, he won't be owning them any money. Early in the morning, a car stops in front of the abandoned factory. Makima and two men then enter and see the bloodbath inside. She sees Denji and approaches him, stating he has a strange smell, neither human nor devil, and guesses he did all of this. Denji asks to be hugged and Makima hugs him. Denji returns to normal and Makima notes he is human and explains he isn't possessed. She also explains that she came to kill the zombie devil and that she is a devil hunter with public safety. She gives Denji two options: to kill him as a devil or she to keep him as a human, and if she keeps him, she promises to make sure he is fed. Denji asks what she will give him for breakfast and Makima states bread with butter and jam, salad, coffee, and maybe some dessert. Denji then finds that is awesome. While riding in the car with Makima, Denji's stomach growls. Makima tells him that he is in her care now. She tells him that she only expects yes or woof answers as she doesn't need a dog that says no. Denji was thinking how nice she is, but he finds her kinda scary now as she treats him like a dog. Denji then recalls about Pikachu, but then his stomach growls. Makima suggests they should eat something. She tells him that she is paying and also gives him his coat as he is shirtless. Denji gets happy as no one ever was that nice to him. He thinks he now loves her. At a ramen shop, Denji orders udon and sausage, while Makima orders curry udon. Having lost some blood from the chainsaws, Denji feels anemic and falls on Makima's chest. After waking up, Makima asks him how he became like that. Denji tells her that his pet devil replaced his heart. Makima explains there are not many precedents of his condition, and there is no name for that, but she believes him as she has a good sense of smell. She tells him that his friend is alive in him, and that he gives both a human and devil scent. Denji gets excited, but feels anemic and collapses. As he wakes up, their udon is ready. Makima asks him if he can eat alone and Denji starts saying he can, but then changes his mind and states he can't. Makima then feeds him the udon, which he enjoys, although she states it's soggy at that point. Denji asks Makima her name and what type of guys she likes. After revealing her name and thinking a bit, Makima states she likes Denji type of guys. They reach Tokyo, but Denji is still thinking of Makima's answer and states he likes her too. She then tells him they have reached the Devil Hunter headquarters in Tokyo. As they enter the building, she explains that there are over 1,000 Devil Hunters in Tokyo, including civilians, and that public safety has the best benefits and paid vacation time. Denji starts wondering if they will be working together and if they can end up being together. Makima gives Denji an uniform and introduces him to a co-worker, Aki Hayakawa, who started 3 years ago, and explains that Denji will be working with him today. Denji is surprised he won't be working with Makima, and Aki states that's to be expected, and then drags him out as they need to go out on patrol. Denji refuses, wanting to work with Makima. She approaches him and states that if he do a good job, they can work together someday, and makes his tie. While on patrol with Aki, Denji asks if Makima has a boyfriend. Aki initially ignores him and then calls him to an alley where he punches him. As he hits him a few more times, Aki tells him to quit, and if he shows up tomorrow, he will beat him up again. Denji wonders why, so Aki in reply explains he is trying to be nice, since people who start this job without thinking actually ends up dead. He had several co-workers who got into devil hunting for money and ends up dying, and only those with real motivations are surviving. Aki guesses Denji took the job as he is after Makima, and Denji confirms. As Aki leaves, he states he'll tell her that Denji ran after seeing the devil. A moment later, Denji runs towards him and kicks him on his nuts. Denji says when he fights men, he only goes for their nuts, and then proceeds to kick Aki between the legs. This wholesome scene would soon become an internet meme. Denji states that today for the first time he had udon with sausage and was treated like a human. He may have started devil hunting without thinking, but if he can keep this lifestyle, he doesn't care if he dies. He then corrects himself that he cares as it's not just his life. Aki stands up and attacks Denji, stating that a punk like him shouldn't be chasing someone like Makima, but Denji kicks him between the legs again, saying he sounds like he is into Makima too. As Aki falls on the ground, he notes that Denji indeed goes only for the nuts. After beating him up senseless, he takes him and goes back. He says how the nut devil attacked Aki's nuts, but Aki states it's a lie. Makima asks if they can work together, but they both say impossible right away. She tells Denji that he will be joining Aki's unit, but Aki says that he doesn't want another troublemaker. Makima then reminds him that it's an experimental unit that operates differently from the usual methods. Aki wonders what is Denji and she tells him how he can turn into a devil. Aki heard such rumors, but didn't think it was actually true. Makima states that Denji is special, and so he will receive special treatment. She explains that if he tries to resign or refuses to work, he will be disposed of as a devil. Aki tells Denji that he will be living with him so that he can keep an eye on him and is allowed to kill him if he attempts to run. Denji wonders if Makima is a bad person. Aki says if he really thinks that, he should give up on her and he should be grateful as she didn't kill him. Denji then wonders if she is a good person and Aki confirms saying yes, since she saved his life. In the morning at Aki's place, Denji uses various jams to make himself breakfast, making a total mess. Denji keeps living carefree, annoying Aki. One day, they get on a mission as a fiend has been spotted. As they enter the building, Denji asks what is a fiend or majin in Japanese. Aki asks him if he hasn't gone to school and Denji confirms. Aki then explains that a fiend, a type of majin, when a devil takes control of a human corpse, it becomes that. Denji wonders if he is one, but Aki denies it, stating fiends have characteristic heads. They enters a room where they spots one and Aki tells Denji to kill him by turning into a devil, so he can figure out if he is useful. The fiend gets angry and attacks them, but Denji beheads him using an axe. Aki wonders why he didn't use his powers and Denji explains that it gets messy when he does, so he just wanted to make it painless for the majin. Aki tells him that fiends are like devils, and if he is hunting devils, he should drop the sympathy. Aki reveals his family was killed by a devil in front of his eyes. The police officers down there are all risking their lives, and everyone is taking it seriously except for Denji. Aki also asks him if he is trying to make friends with the devils. Denji states that if there is a devil he can be friends with, he would as he doesn't have any friends. Aki then leaves, stating he will remember it with a serious face. Alone in the room, Denji states he just wanted to keep the blood away from the porn magazines on the ground, and that's why he didn't transform.
よし、エッチ確認。
デンジの夢を私に見せてくれ。
俺もマジでやってるぜ、ポチタ。契約通り夢みてえないい生活してるもんな。あいつはまだ追いかけてんだ。
Denji feels his dream has come true as he now has a good life, but feels something is missing. As he thinks of what other people dream of, he thinks of Makima and states he wants to touch her chest. He then realizes that touching a woman's chest is something he stopped dreaming long ago, but having a proper life now, it may be possible. Denji then gets a new goal, touching a woman's chest. While speaking with Makima, she tells him that she is assigning him a new partner and explains that public safety executes patrols and smaller missions with two-person teams. As his new partner comes, Makima warns him that she is a fiend.
おうおう、ひげ伏せ人間、わしの名はパワー。バディとやらはうぬか？
パワー？名前パワー？つうか魔人なの？
Power then enters, announcing her name and asking Denji if he is her new partner. Denji is surprised and wonders if fiends can be devil hunters, but looking at her chest, he changes his mind right away and is suddenly happy to meet her. Makima explains that fiends are also up for extermination, but Power is quite rational and is on Aki's team. She reminds them that if there are no results, the experimental team will be dissolved, and they know what that means for them, as Power's horns stand out, which is much prettier than Zero Two's NGL. Makima warns them to patrol areas without many pedestrians. While with Power, she gets annoyed and smacks Denji on his head, telling him to provide her with something she can kill, as she is starved for blood. Denji decides to put up with her as she finds her attractive, but wonders how to get his hands on her chest. They suddenly meet a few policemen, and Denji recalls Makima told him to introduce themselves as part of Public Safety Devil Extermination Special Division 4 and show them an ID. Denji and Power are unable to find any devils. Power notes it's probably due to her, as while she was a devil, she was feared by all. Denji then wonders if they can do anything at all. He recalls that they got put together by Aki's recommendation.
パワーと組ませて俺を活躍させないようにして、俺を辞めさせる気なんだ。
血の匂いじゃ。
Denji realizes that Aki had actually set him up and is trying to get him fired. Power then suddenly smells blood and starts running. A sea cucumber devil has been spotted and is being reported, but Power jumps from the building, forming a hammer with her blood like Mirai from beyond the boundaries.
戦闘を始めましょう。
分かったよ。でも一つだけ聞いておきたい。
なんで逃げるんですか。
逃げてるんじゃない、戦略的撤退だ。
While people work on cleaning the mess left by Power killing the sea cucumber devil, Makima tells her that when public safety kills a civilian hunter's devil, they are guilty of obstructing their business, and normally Power would be arrested for that. She tells Power to think more before she acts into Denji to get her under control. As Power was the blood devil, she has a talent for using her blood, but she gets worked up easily and maybe isn't cut for being a devil hunter. Hearing that, Power states Denji made her kill the devil, but Denji denies, calling her a liar. The two then start arguing on who is lying. Makima tells them to be quiet and Power immediately stops. Makima then states she wants to see them working well together and Power agrees that they can. Denji buys himself a drink. Power sees a cat and starts petting it. Denji states that buying a drink is a dream come true for him, but if things continue like this, being thirsty will be the least of his problems. And with Power lying, things won't be any easier. Power explains that she enjoys only a cat's company and hates humans. She also hates devils as one of them too, her pet Mioi. Before she could get Mioi back, Makima captured her, and by now Mioi may be dead. But Power refuses to give up hope. If she can get Mioi back, Power is willing to abide humans or whatever else she needs to do. She doubts that Denji can understand her concern for a cat. Denji states it's stupid for a cat, but he will do anything to touch some breasts. However, if it's a dog, he can understand her. Power then suggests he can touch her breasts if she helps him retrieve Mioi. Denji gets pumped up and angry at the devil that kidnapped the poor cat, and as a devil hunter he can't stay quiet and will kill that devil. The two then get approval from the public safety for Power to be able to go out. While they travel towards the devil, Power explains that she knows where the devil is, but only Denji will be able to fight it, as the devil will likely use Mioi as a shield. Denji explains he used to have a pet named Pochita. He can't pet him anymore, but he is fine as he is in his heart. Power states that humans are foolish as that just means that Pochita died, and that thing about living in his heart is just miserable self-comfort. Thinking about his goal, Denji decides to not argue with her, but believes he will never get along with her. Makima meets with the higher-ups who comment that they heard other countries using devils in the military, but they hope that in the future Japan's only enemies will remain to be devils. They ask Makima how is her squad performing. She notes that one seems promising, while another she picked recently seems interesting. They remind her that her job is to raise them and use them for work, so she must not get attached. Afterward in the car, Aki states that Denji is disgusting and not interesting, and wonders why Makima has high hopes for him. Makima states that all devils are born with names. The more those names are feared, the more powerful devils become. For example, coffee isn't considered very frightening, so Coffee Devil would probably be weak. But that's different for a Car Devil, as it's easy to imagine being run over and die, so Car Devil would be probably strong. She states that Denji can turn into Chainsaw Devil, which seems pretty interesting to her. Aki still isn't sure he will be useful, as everyone in public safety has a real goal or motivation, but Denji just wants to live the good life and even thinks he can be friends with devils. Power and Denji reach the outskirts of the city and Power points to a house, stating the devil who took Mioi is inside. While heading towards the house, Denji hopes he doesn't need to turn into chainsaws, but Power thinks he is joking. As they get close, Denji recalls that the devil will use the cat as a shield and wonders if Power should be this close, since he can see her. Power recalls she did say that, but states she misspoke. In that moment, they stop. In an instant, she creates a blood hammer. Denji tries to hit her with his axe, but she hits him first and knocks him out. She then notes that for an idiot, his instincts are sharp. Power drags Denji inside the house. A devil tells her that she kept him waiting and he thought she ran away. Power explained it took her a while to regain some freedom and has brought him a human as he demanded. The Bat Devil then picks up Denji, noting that since he is young, his blood will be full of vigor. Denji starts to awaken and the Bat Devil shows him that he lost his arm, which forced him into hiding. Denji doesn't care, but the devil tells him that food shouldn't talk and states that by drinking human blood, he will heal the wounds he got from humans. He lifts Denji above his head and squeezes him, causing him to throw up some blood. However, as he drinks it, the Bat Devil states it disgusting and throws Denji away. His arm regenerates, but having a bad taste, it wants to cleanse it with another human. Denji looks at Power, who states that humans are foolish and he believed her story. The Bat Devil looks at the city, but dislikes cigarettes, makeup, and perfume smell. However, he finds some nice aroma and states he will be eating some children. Power states she brought a human as promised and asks him to release Mioi. Bat Devil recalls he said that, but he haven't punished her for bringing him nasty blood and then swallows Mioi. Seeing that, Power recalls her days in the wild and how she met Mioi. After killing a bear, she found a barely alive cat and named her Mioi. She decides to fatten her up before eating it. She kept looking after the cat, feeding her and looking towards the day she will eat her. One day, while lying down on the roof of a house and hearing the cat meowing, Power notes that she had killed everything she had ever met, and hearing something that isn't screaming is strange. The Bat Devil then appears and takes Mioi. Injured, he states that he needs blood, and if she wants the cat back, she needs to bring him a human. Seeing the Bat Devil swallowing Mioi, Power turns to Denji and tells him she now understands what he feels when he no longer can pet Pokita, and that's an awful feeling. The Bat Devil then takes and swallows her as well. The Bat Devil complains this tasted bad as well and needs to eat some children to feel better. He then flies towards the city, noting that after that he will eat some virgin and as a main course a beefy man, while for a dessert a pregnant woman. In that moment, he notices Denji clinging to his leg and sucking his blood, wanting he to give his breasts back. The devil is surprised seeing that and captures Denji. He recalls that one day he woke up and couldn't find Pokita. He looked everywhere for him and feared a devil had eaten him. When he returned home, he found Pokita crying in the corner, waiting for Denji. Feeling relieved, Denji easily fell asleep while holding Pokita. Denji wonders what Power felt when she was trying to sleep with his cat. Denji then becomes the Chainsaw Devil and cuts off that Bat Devil's arms and frees himself. The two then fall into a building and Denji sees a woman. He asks her to run for safety. Bat Devil wonders why he did it, considering he is a devil. MC punches the Bat Devil and starts fighting him. As they fight, he sees other humans and tells them to run. Seeing that, the Bat Devil picks up a car with a human inside and throws it at Denji, wondering if he will cut that. Denji manages to grab the car and hold it, stating that he doesn't care if he saves a dude or not, and throws the car back at the devil, hitting him in the face. The Bat Devil then shoots out a shockwave from its mouth, blowing Denji away. The Bat Devil picks up the human from the car, wanting to eat him and heal. However, he still hears the chainsaws in the smoke and wonders how is Denji still alive. Angry Denji states he has been patiently waiting. The Bat Devil gets scared and throws debris at Denji, telling him to stay away, but Denji just cuts them with his chainsaws. He then attempts to punch Denji, but Denji just cuts his arm and then jumps and kills the Bat Devil, splitting his guts open. Power is seen decapitating animals in the forest and drinking blood from them. She continues to spend time with Mioi, who starts to grow on her. When the Bat Devil captures Mioi and requests a human in return, Power doesn't hesitate and heads towards the city, all while wondering why is she doing it. She finds saving Mioi a foolish reason as she loves blood. However, she recently realized that blood is warm and it feels pleasant. Power wakes up holding Mioi, being held by Denji, with the Bat Devil's intestines surrounding them. She wonders why Denji saved her as she attempted to kill him. He points at her chest and that he wants to touch her, but she thinks it's a foolish reason. She apologizes for deceiving him, and since Mioi is safe, she will allow him to touch her. Denji gets excited and raises his arm, but it gets blown off at that moment. The Leech Devil then picks up his arm and eats it. Power is unable to move and tells Denji to take Mioi and run. Denji pulls the cord on his chest, but only a small chainsaw comes out and he figures he must be low on blood. The Leech Devil guesses that Denji killed her man, the Bat Devil. The devil finds Denji cute and her type, so she decides to let him go. However, the devil intends to kill Power and Mioi. Hearing that, Denji prepares to fight and the Leech Devil states if that's the case, he will also be dying. As they start to fight, Denji runs around trying to dodge her attacks. Eventually, he manages to land a punch, but the Leech Devil pushes him back, stating that he seems quite weak to be able to kill the Bat Devil. She reveals they had a dream where she and he would kill all humans, a noble and romantic dream. Denji refuses to die before he is able to cop a feel. The Leech Devil finds his dream to be quite bad. He runs at the devil and manages to cut her neck with a small chainsaw on his head. Denji then rants how everyone makes fun of his dream and how much better dreams they have. Getting more and more angry, he states they should have a dream battle, and if he kills her, it would mean her dream was weaker than his. The Leech Devil mocks him that even his yelling is weak. Then, Denji runs at her. Avoiding her attacks, he grabs an intestine and starts wrapping it around the Leech Devil, making her drop to her knees. Their fight becomes more wild as they exchange blows and Denji starts acting crazier and crazier. Eventually, he jumps at her, but she pierces his chest with her tongue, defeating him. As she is about to eat him, Aki shows up and uses Khan, eating the Leech Devil's head with the Fox Devil. The Fox Devil asks Aki for permission to swallow the Leech Devil and Aki gives it. Aki confirms the extermination of the Leech Devil and orders the newbie devil hunters for the rescue. He then asks Himeno, as a senior, to keep watch for more devils. Denji wakes up in the hospital, where Aki tells him that they found his arm and it only needed some blood infusion to reattach. Denji notes that Aki looked quite friendly with the Fox Devil. Aki explains that devil hunters form contracts with devils in order to fight against them. In exchange for power from the Fox Devil, Aki offered a bit of his body as food. In this case, it was some skin. Denji tries to reach for the apples that Aki was cutting, but Aki pulls them away. Aki states that devils and fiends yearn for the death of humans. Denji states that power seems cool. Aki reveals that they found them by following surveillance cameras, which led to a house where supposedly the Bat Devil was, and there was a lot of Denji's blood there. Aki guesses that Power tried to kill Denji, but doesn't know why Denji is protecting her. Denji plays dumb and states he doesn't know. Aki recalls, there were people wanting to thank the Chainsaw Devil as he heroically saved them. He tells MC if he keeps digging in, he will need to write a report that will lead to Power's disposal, along with Denji as he is trying to cover for her. But since there are no deaths this time around, Aki will forget about it. Aki then pushes the apples to Denji and asks him to listen to him as he will continue with his current lifestyle. While eating the apple, Denji agrees and states that he may not have a big dream or be as serious as Aki, but Aki can count on him. Outside of the hospital room, Power is waiting with Himeno. As Aki leaves, Power states he should have gotten confirmation from Denji that she is innocent. Himeno notes that if he releases her and she kills someone, it will be Aki's responsibility. Aki releases power and states they are devil hunters, and if the devils and fiends are useful, they will use them against their enemies. In the evening, Aki visits Makima at the headquarters and reports about Denji. He explains, while they were patrolling, they ended up going outside the patrol zone, and Denji eliminated Bat Devil. Leech Devil attacked Denji soon after, but Division 4 exterminated it. He states they did not find any gun flesh in those devils. Makima thanks him for the report, but notes that Denji and Power managed to get quite far without anyone noticing. Aki states they can overlook it since there were no deaths, and they were able to get rid of 2 devils. Makima accepts it but notes Aki seems more flexible now. She wonders if it's due to Denji's influence. However, Aki denies that he has changed. Later in the morning, Aki wakes up and after making himself a coffee, he goes and sits on his balcony. Denji soon wakes up and goes to the bathroom. While Denji eats breakfast, Aki starts doing house chores. Later, Aki starts to prepare curry for lunch. Aki and Denji hear someone knocking violently on their door. When they go to check the door, they see Power break the door and enter. Power states that their place looks pitiful. Aki gets a call from Makima, who tells him that she wants to put Power under his care too, just like Denji. Makima assures him that Power promised to behave. The 3 are about to eat lunch, but seeing veggies on her plate, Power picks it up and throws it away, stating she doesn't like the food. Both Denji and Aki scold her for misbehaving and wasting food, but she doesn't care. Power then clogs the toilet as she doesn't like to flush each time, and that she only likes to bathe from time to time. As Denji and Aki complain, she finds them absurd and delicate. Denji is trying to unclog the toilet when Power comes and points at her chest and signals a grab. She states she is fulfilling her promise and will let him touch her. She sits on the toilet and tells him he has 3 squeezes, 1 for saving Mioi, 1 for killing Bat Devil, and 1 for protecting her from Aki. She originally did not intend to allow him, but changed her mind. Excited, Denji thinks she is an angel.